I am Jared O'Keefe Howell the first. I'm the second oldest grandchild of.
I am Glenda Leora Howell, and I am the third child of
the Dr. Monticello Jefferson Howell.
Dr. Monticello Jefferson Howell.
Monticello Jefferson Howell.
Keith Douglas Howell. I am Monticello Jefferson Howell's second child and second oldest of the four. I had the pleasure of growing up with a special man. And one day he told me about a story. Being the preacher that I am, always was ready to preach this sermon, just haven't gotten the opportunity. But this is probably the place to start talking about syrup and biscuit in a bucket. My dad is born August 25th, 1913. Cabarrus County, North Carolina.
Pawpaw Howell, the MJ, is like the standard of how a man should lead a family. Like just a model of consistency. Like just, he was definitely a man that impacted by action way more than words. And when he did speak, it was, everyone listened, and he just drew that respect. But it was because of his action that led the way. So a lot of those things, like I said before, getting up, every morning, no matter what, between 5 and 6 o'clock, like getting up before the whole family is up, cooking breakfast, reading his paper. It was like he was prepared for the day before it even happened. And even, after he retired and he really, could do whatever he wanted to do, he always was doing that. So as far as how to lead to be a husband, everywhere he went with Granny Howell, he would always hold her hand everywhere. I remember going to watch Keith play at Grambling, and it's, big crowd in the gym, and here come Pawpaw with his coat and Granny with her coat, and they walk in hand in hand. Like he was just everywhere. Every Sunday we're there, he was singing in the choir. They probably already said the reason he taught at Grambling, wanted to be Grambling, was to help give black students a quality education and help get them prepared for life. And he really taught me just you're where you're from. You're from the boot, you're from the G, and who you play for. And I remember looking up at the sky and kind of going and, breaking out into tears, because just thinking about, my grandfather, sacrificed a lot. He lived a great life so that I can get to that.
Grandfather was the type of man that when he was sitting on the front row of me playing, man, if I hit a good shot or if I made a layup or an and one, I could hear his voice. I would hear his voice, and his voice would be saying, "Beautiful." That was what his voice would say. I would hear, "Beautiful." And I would look over and I would point at it, and I just saw this big, huge smile on his face. And man, for me to be a grandchild and playing in front of your grandparents and then being able to watch you play basketball and be there and actually being able to witness it, man, it was special. And after the game was over, after each game was over, they were sitting right there waiting for me to come out of the locker room, and they would give me a hug. They would give me the biggest hug ever. And my grandfather would give me a huge hug and tell me, he would say, "I love you, and you did an amazing job tonight. It was just beautiful." And man, just thinking about that guy, and man, the talks we had, man, his laugh, and the things that he did with my brother and I, it's special. Man, it's really special.
father, now he loved to take pictures. Now, and the way, and some of my memories really, I don't know if they're really my memories, because I don't know that I can remember anything before 6 years old. But some of the memories I think, incorporated as my memories because of the photos that he took. My dad had a beautiful camera collection, and with the bulbs, the blue bulbs that we used to get from Rexall's drugstore, and he took pictures of everything. So there were that's how we know we knew what was happening before we could actually remember. He has a projector where he would have these slides, and he took pictures of all of his plants that he had worked with in his horticultural studies. He was a part-time professor at Louisiana Tech, and he worked there, as well as a full-time professor at Grambling State University, teaching biology, botany, and all of those things. And he just loved to take pictures, and so he captured a lot of things from his love for photography, and just as a hobby for him. And we would sit around, and one of the things we would do as fun evening times would be to get out the projector and put in the slides, and look at us when we were, babies, and running around as toddlers, and looking at some of the work that he'd done. I'm thinking, oh, Daddy, get past all these plants. We don't know what these plants are. And he's going into detail about all the plants and this, that, and the other. And I'm so honored to say that I have his projector, and I have all of his little slides, and we've watched